Welcome back. I'm Glen Lewington and you're watching SABC News' World Today. Time to speak to the people of South Africa. A very popular astrologist in South Africa, Barbra has been joining us in the studio for the last couple of weeks, and she joins us again this morning. She's going to be telling us about psychometry. Barbra, in a nutshell, what is psychometry?
Psychometry is my ability to pick up messages pertaining to a person that are almost like anchored in something that belongs to them. We constantly radiate energy anyway. Most people don't realize that our vibrations are actually absorbed into the metallic objects that we carry around ourselves.
So what we basically did, which you don't know who these people are, but we put personal items into these envelopes. All these people had to do was remember the number on here, and you're going to tell us a bit about those people.
I'll tell them a little bit. I'll pass on something that the ones who are supervising each person's life may feel that the person might need to know about in order to begin to maximize themselves. I always look for uplifting messages.
Do you ever pass on bad messages?
Well, sometimes when people are heading for a brick wall, I'm allowed to say, you know, you're going in the wrong direction, but it's always up to the person what they decide to do with the message. Free will is the rule of this planet.
Barbra, well, let's start with it. That's actually quite interesting. There's the envelopes. Tell us what you're going to do.
This is my favorite part of the live shows that I do. Okay. All right, so we've got number 132, so let's see what we can find. Right, number 132. I get a very strong feeling that you need to be very careful about something that you're doing in your life. The feeling I'm getting here is you have to analyze very carefully what's happening, where you're going, who you have dealings with, and also to look very deep within your own heart. I think your own feelings are giving you a message, but you're perhaps not listening to what that message is saying. And if you don't listen to the message, you may find yourself forced to look at it by circumstances that are not as easy to deal with if you were to rather just do the positive homework first.
132. I don't even know what 132 is. One of our studio staff. Who's 132, guys? Herman. Well, that makes sense. Hammerman number 1. I told you to be careful of me. Barbra, you want to do the next one?
Number 160. All right, number 160. For you, I get a feeling of when you've walked up the steps and you've reached a point, you may need to walk back down the steps once again, because I think along the way you've missed something. It feels like there's a personal feeling that you have been ignoring for a while to do with how to find satisfaction in your own life. I think you're approaching a turning point in your life where feelings and what makes you feel good are going to play an important role in where you decide to move ahead in your life.
What number was that?
160.
160. Who's 160? None of this crew owning up to owning
this
number
must
160.
have hit home then.
160's disappeared. Barbra, how long does it take you to... Is it something, the minute you touch this, you get a sense of what you want?
I need to actually attune myself to the vibration in the object. Sometimes it's really there, and sometimes it's almost like when you put your foot into a shoe that's a little bit stiff. Because I almost step into someone's reality.
So if I gave you my watch or my keys, you'd pick up something immediately?
Yes, yes. Watches are a bit difficult because they've got a little tick-tick bit inside which has a different energy. But car keys, rings, earrings, they all have a message.
You must be fun to have in the kitchen.
It's like you know, everybody has known the stories about jewelry that's cursed, or ever since I've been wearing my mother's ring, things have been going wrong with me. So there are means that one can actually cleanse the energies in the...
So you can do that with my car keys?
Yes, just you have to take the remote off.
Let's look at 108.
108, right, yeah. All right, number 108, I get an awful feeling of a head that's getting very sore. I think you've been bashing your head against a brick wall. There's something that you've been trying to do, but I don't think you're doing it properly, or I don't think you're getting the message that whatever you're trying to fix doesn't want to be fixed, and that you perhaps need to stand back and look at where you can rather use your energy more effectively. I do feel this has got something to do with one of your relationships, and you need to look very carefully at why you want to get the situation sorted out and perhaps why the other person isn't being as cooperative.
And that's 108. 108. Who's 108 in the studio? Do you know what I actually thought it was going to be? Who's 108? I thought it was an auto cue operator for a moment because she's continually trying to fix the auto cue and she never actually succeeds. And she's hiding away behind the camera. She doesn't want to come out.
Perhaps she needs a new auto cue.
I think we need a new auto cue operator. Victoria? She's not coming out. 113.
All right, here, 113. Okay, 113, I pick up a great feeling of energy around you. I think you're gearing up courage in order to do something that you're not quite sure how other people are going to handle it. And it's probably a step out of your comfort zone as well. I get a feeling of a little bit of nervousness, you know, like when you're standing at the top of the roller coaster and you look down and say, ooh, it's a long way. But go ahead. You've been waiting for an opportunity to do or say what you need to say. Don't be too scared because then you'll lose momentum and you'll regret afterwards not taking the chance.
That was 113.
113.
Who's 113? Oh, now it's Victoria. Well, we can't see her. She's out of shot. Victoria, do you agree with that? She agrees with that.
Does she agree? Oh,
she agrees
wow.
with that.
Okie dokes. Number 151. I get the feeling that you've almost got too much hay on your fork. I think there's too much happening around you. Too many people are looking to you for answers. And I really get the feeling that you're feeling snowed under. I would suggest you take a quiet weekend somewhere, go fishing, leave everybody else behind, and sit and think about what's really important to you. It's not that you have to stop doing it, but I think you just haven't structured your life properly, and so you're overwhelmed.
What number was that?
151.
Who's 151? That's our floor manager. Tommy, do you agree with that? Do you need a weekend? I think you need a weekend away. I think you need a year away. But you agree with that? There we go.
Wow. Okay.
There we go. But the city can't fish.
He can't fish. He doesn't have to catch fish. Just watch the water. It'll be good for you, yes. Number 141. Oh my. Number 141, I need to hold this at arm's length. I get a very strong feeling that there's something or somebody that's coming too close to you and you need to just step away a little bit and have a good look at what's happening here. I think this has an emotional context. I think someone has figured out one or other of your tricks, number 141, and you need to back off a little bit and ask yourself, do you want to still play the same game or do you want to just take a breather?
141. Do you agree with it? What games are we playing that you're not telling us? Do you not find that it can be irritating to you when you touch something and it's giving you vibrations and trying to
There
tell
are
you
some
something?
things I cannot pick up. Just as when someone's energy is wrong, I cannot even look at them. You know, when you look at people, you can actually see they're alive. There's someone behind the eyes. When I do meet people like that, I always refrain from doing business with them. And I will not even do a reading for someone if I can't, if it feels wrong. You can pick up negative vibes very, very clearly.
I think most people can, whether you're psychic or not.
Yes.
Do you agree? You can tell if someone's angry or...
Of course, we do have. And unfortunately, it's when we're not encouraged to listen to that little inner voice that the good Lord gave us an intuition. He gave us, that is the gift of the Spirit that is given everyone. It's just we humans don't always use it properly.
I know, getting to know you through this program over the last year or so, we've often spoken about auras, which I find fascinating. You say you can actually see the different energy around people.
That's right.
I mean, you'd be able to see that now, for example.
Absolutely. Everything you think or say has an energy. You know, you can hear from someone's words when they're loving or when they're harsh. And whatever we say and think creates colors in our aura. So we like this balloon of swirling colors, and you can see in someone's aura when they are dishonest or immoral, when they're very sincere, or when they're very upset.
So you can tell by looking at a person what their true character is. I don't want to know that now.
I can tell that, but for me, looking at someone's aura is looking right into their spirit. It's very private. So I will only look if that person gives me express permission.
I know last 2 weeks ago you told me I had a, what color aura?
Nice and green.
Why green?
When a person has green in their aura, green is the color of growth. And so whenever there's green, the person's going through a period of growth in some way or an expansion in their life in some way.
So it relates to what you're going through at that time.
Very much.
Barbara, once again, fascinating. Your website again?